branded properties. What is extremely important is that these new standards and protocols are based on third-party verification standards. If you are not aware, all AMResorts branded properties are members of the Cristal International Standards, one of the industry's highest level certifications verifying best of class in quality and safety. Within Cristal International Standards, we are now certified by POSI-Check, which is the Prevention of the Spread of Infection Audit Protocol. This is now one of the industry's most advanced third-party verification standards post-COVID-19. In addition, we have verification from FoodCheck within Cristal International Standards, a certification system for reducing the risk of safety hazards in food that provide the systemic prevention of physical, chemical, and biological hazards. I am now going to pass the baton over to Tanya.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. Hey, everyone. We're just so happy you joined us today. Thanks so much for tuning in. We know you have a lot of questions regarding the safety and the protocol for the guests once they are in destination. So the webinar is designed to go over the clean protocol throughout the guest experience, from the time they arrive and check in to their experience on property during their stay, like at the restaurants, the kids club, the gym, the spa, to their checkout and departure. The idea is to create an environment where guests feel safe, and you feel safe supporting and selling AMResorts. We'll start with step 1, arrivals and check-in procedures. So as we welcome guests at the resort, there will be a series of steps they will go through to help ensure their safety and to help them understand the new protocols in place. Upon arrival, health and hygiene information will be clear and accessible to guests. Before entering the lobby, guests are provided an overview of all check-in, health, and sanitation procedures. The lobby area will be cleaned with high-grade disinfectants every hour. The reception desk will be sanitized between arrivals, and hand sanitation gel will be provided to the guests arriving. All luggage carts will be disinfected prior to and in between uses. There will be a hygiene check-in station located in the resort lobby, providing the following items and actions. Mandatory guest temperature checks will be taken at check-in and when returning from off-site activities. So basically every time they arrive at the resort. So if they go to an excursion and they come back, they will take their temperature. The staff will review guest travel records from the past 14 days to avoid travel from hotspots. We will allow guests to complete a health declaration form confirming virus-free well-being. And lastly, staff will guide the guests presenting symptoms upon arrival to an isolation area for consultation with the resort's on-site physician. So all this is going to be happening during arrivals and check-in. Next is the room cleaning procedures. So as Mary Ellen mentioned, we have been associated with Cristal for a number of years. So the first thing the guests will see when they arrive in their room, it's a Cristal International Standards room check door hanger, confirming the room has been cleaned in accordance with Cristal standards. In-room amenity packages are now, will now include pocket-sized gel sanitizer, guest room, front and back of house cleaning, sanitizing processes, and hygiene tips will be provided on a printout on the in-room tablet and also on a TV, one of the channels in the room on the TV. And the idea here is that just in case they miss something at check-in, they have this information with them and accessible at all times. And that way all of the guests are on the same page so they understand the protocol and the expectations. This way they just don't miss anything. The television remote control, in the in-room tablet, the amenities kit, and extra blankets and pillows are all pre-sanitized and presented in vacuum-sealed packaging. So the idea behind this is so the guests will feel safe knowing that their room and the items have been cleaned and sanitized. Mary Ellen?
Many thanks, Tanya. When we look at sanitization throughout the entire resort, you will see increased sanitization in high-touch public areas reinforced. hourly thorough cleaning and disinfectant throughout the day, frequent cleaning with disinfectants for staircases and elevators. Sanitizing gel will be available throughout the resort in all the common areas, including outside elevators. Restrooms will be sanitized before and after operating hours and stocked with hand sanitizing gel. Sanitization of the sports equipment between use and prior to use by any agent. Additional sanitizing and cleaning schedules to provide deep cleaning of fitness machines. Fitness trainers will be wearing masks. Alkaline water will be offered in our fitness centers to improve the body's immune system. Waiters, pool and beach buffets, butlers offering guest sanitizing gel prior to handling beverages. If a guest chooses to wear a mask during their stay, one will be made available upon request. Some of the additional social distancing measures also include beach and pool loungers placed with proper distance. Proper distancing is specific to the destination guidelines and protocols of social distancing where the resort is located. Show seating will be set apart and follow similar guidelines. Activities involving physical contact with our entertainment team, such as dance classes, will be replaced with alternative activities, again following the social distancing guidelines of the destination. Distancing guidelines will be employed per government and destination guidelines for approved distances. Okay, the Explorers Club and our Core Zone hygiene. The Explorers Club and Core Zone facilities will be cleaned and disinfected prior to opening, after closing, and regularly during operating hours. Temperature checks will be required for all children and teens before entering the Explorers Club or Core Zone. Explorers Club cell phones and pagers, similar to what we provide today, will be provided thoroughly sanitized and offered in vacuum sealed packaging for optimal hygiene.
So next we have our food and beverage protocol. And we all know the food and beverage hygiene protocol is very important. And so is the social distancing. So bar and restaurant seating will be set apart, will actually be set up to allow for social distancing. And again, just keep in mind that this is based on the local government guidelines. Groups larger than 5 require advanced reservation with the concierge to allow for proper table setup. The resort app will alert guests when the table is ready, allowing for freedom to move about the resort. And we know this is definitely new because we typically have a no reservations as a part of our all-inclusive concept. Sanitation protocols. Tables and chairs will be sanitized daily and throughout the service period. Proper hand washing techniques will be reviewed with food service staff at the start of every shift with reinforced signage outlining protocols. Hand sanitizer will be available at restaurant entrances, on bar tops, and throughout the establishment. And what's great is that we already have that as a brand standard. Bar snacks will be presented in individual portions as opposed to those communal bowls. Menu options will be presented on boards or tablet QR codes. Physical menus will be limited but available upon request. Tablecloths will be changed after every use. Cutlery will be cleaned, disinfected, and placed in a cover preventing contact with outside surfaces. Chefs and servers will be required to wear masks when preparing or serving food like teppanyaki or sushi. And for buffet service, guests will no longer serve themselves in the buffet. Dishes will be served, and those servers will be required to wear masks, and those food tongs or spoons will be changed every 20 minutes, and sneeze barriers will be in place. As preferred, an a la carte menu will be available in all the buffet restaurants. And what's nice with AMResorts is typically we only have one buffet restaurant per resort, and a la carte was already an option. So that's something we do already. Room service will be presented with covered dishes to ensure hygiene protocols. Room service is served 24 hours a day at the majority of our resorts with a variety of choices. Room service waiters will be required to wear gloves and a mask for delivery, and will allow the guests to set their own dining. So as a part of Endless Privileges and Unlimited Luxury, our two all-inclusive concepts, we offer 24-hour room service for convenience. We are very proud of the depth and the breadth of the room service menus. And typically, we offer 22 options for breakfast, 20 options for lunch and dinner, plus 4 dessert options, 6 options for children, and 11 late night options. And what's nice about our room service menu or choices that these items are either hot or cold. Example, fruit and pastries, or like a hot omelet for breakfast, or like a nice Caesar salad or a chicken dish for lunch or dinner. So it's not just limited to bar food like hot dog or French fries. It's still gourmet, and we do have gluten-free and vegan choices as well. And so lastly, the checkout and departure process. This is the last part for the guest experience, and this is definitely new for AMResorts. So prior to departure, guests will receive express checkout service to reduce the face-to-face service time. So guests will be able to approach the front desk or the preferred club a night before their checkout date. And during this time, they will close their account, pay any incidentals, and the front desk or preferred club staff will coordinate a time for luggage pickup by our concierge express team. The day of departure, the concierge express team will be at the guest room at the agreed upon time to pick up the luggage, and they will provide the checkout pass and then receive the keys from the guests. Basically, they will complete the checkout process in their room, and this is a very important step that they cannot skip because they will need that checkout pass to depart the resort. Mary Ellen? Mary Ellen, are you muted?
Many thanks, Tanya. In addition to the guest experience throughout the resort, we have taken extra measures with back-of-the-house sanitization. Additional other measures include new staff positions have been created to oversee all health and sanitization policies and activities. This new position is the Auditor of Safety and Prevention Processes. This position will report to the supervision of the resort's quality manager. Regular wellness training is provided for all personnel to ensure they take the correct steps for their own health as well as the health of our guests. Employees who exhibit symptoms of illness are required to notify their manager and will be sent home and advised to self-quarantine until they are cleared to return to work. Those who violate this policy are subject to disciplinary action. Other measures that we are taking include office area workstations will be sanitized every 2 hours. Our engineering teams will be conducting regular tests of pools and water systems, including constant readings of chlorine levels, pH levels, and water temperature. A specific area has been designated for suppliers who must wash hands and clean shoes using automatic brushes or special sanitizing carpets. Specific staff members will be receiving, sanitizing, and arranging merchandise in a dedicated area. Laundry protocols have been established to control temperature and laundry cycling, as well as to address the cleaning of contaminated items. Lastly, what you see here is AMResorts CleanComplete verification infographic, which is a recap of the steps we have just shared with you. This infographic is available to all of our guests and destination and to all of you and on our website, along with other materials prepared by our team to assist you with questions you may receive. This is a quick snapshot for you to see what we have accomplished with our CleanComplete verification program. Okay. Let's see if we have any questions.
That's great. Thank you, ladies. Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing what you guys have done and put this together and just, you know, shared this session with us today. it's just a valuable information and an amazing tool that that we can use, of course, to sell your properties and, you know, to our clients, and just having all of this information available just to reassure our clients as well. So this is great. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's pop into Q&A. Okay, well, I'm just going to kick things off on a positive note here. Muriel is actually from New York City, and she's going to Breathless on July 4th weekend, and she just cannot wait. So there you go. That's awesome. Good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait to welcome you. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's great. So you're all set. Okay, so guest rooms, Charlene. Will the glassware and coffee cups in the rooms be changed for new guests on arrival, or are the glasses only cleaned in the room?
I'm sure they will probably be getting new daily.
That probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to give a little shout out. Danielle is going to Secrets Cap Cana, July 18 to 20. She is also super excited to see all of this action that you guys are
fantastic.
Doing. Yeah. So that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you. And again, it's I'm sure it's very reassuring for Danielle and Muriel, of course. They are booked to go down. So that's great. Wonderful. Okay. Let's just see here.
And it's really great, Kelly, and really super excited to welcome, all of you back to our resorts. Our first resort now, Sapphire, opened yesterday. So we're super excited. And the teams, of course, in resort are really excited, but it's going to be great because all of, the travel advisors will be able to experience firsthand what we're sharing with them right now with our health and safety protocols, and be able to, come back with confidence with their clients and with themselves, and be able to share back the experience. So this firsthand experience is going to be fantastic. And we'd love to hear from you too. While you're in the resort or upon your return, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, you guys can be our Pied Pipers, right? Just get the word out there and share.
Absolutely.
With all of
share it out.
Yeah, with your agent colleagues, of course, and of course clients as well is so important. I'm going to get Tanya. Can you look in the question box for me? Just have a little read through there, if you don't mind. Okay. So Bernadette, hey Bernadette. So her question is: Will there still be items in the small fridges in the rooms?
Yes, there will. Go ahead, Tanya.
Yeah, so the mini bar, water, beer, juice, soda, those will still be, yes, they will be stocked.
They will be stocked. Okay, excellent. Oh, here's Bernadette. She's heading down to Secrets in November, and also looking forward to sending her clients to AMResorts. That's amazing, Bernadette.
Great.
Yes. And there are some questions that that I think we will email out afterwards, some answers.
Okay.
Unless Tanya, if you want to take a look at some of these questions, and if there's anything you want to talk about, we can answer now, or we can answer afterwards. And maybe while you're just reviewing those, Tanya, I'm just going to read the little note from Charlene here. So Charlene is super excited to have a destination wedding to the now Sapphire, January 25 to Feb 2nd. Amazing. And also the reopening of that resort yesterday. She's sharing the information from her group, and love the pictorial presentations, and don't see it like this on the AMResorts agent website. Are you able to share your PowerPoint presentation with us? So it looks like a lot of these agents would like to share this valuable information out to their client base. Is there something, or is there anything you can recommend? Do you guys have any ads or anything on this particular program that that's kind of, agent friendly, that for social media, that we could share?
Yeah, so as far as the presentation, this is just something that's for in-house for training. But you can see on the screen right here, at the bottom of the screen, it says amresorts.com/media site. you can really just type in amresorts.com/media. Once you get into the media site, you're going to hover at the top. It'll say AM Resorts and then all the brands. Just put your cursor over the brand, over AM Resorts, and you'll get the drop down. And under resources, we have this information. So you've got that infograph that you can download and save as a PDF, or you can send it to your clients as a link. And we also have a manual that you can save as a PDF, send it as a PDF, or send it to your clients as a link. So all of this information is in a manual. That infograph is available. So this information we do have online.
Okay, that's great. And maybe what we'll do, Tanya, is can we send in maybe an email to everybody that's tuned in live? And if I have any agents tuning in on the FaceTime Live, you just want to send me an email to kelly@spoiledagent.com. I'll make sure that you get this material afterwards. But do you think we could just send a follow-up email with a copy of those for the agents? Would that be okay?
Sure.
Yeah,
yep, absolutely. That's
okay.
very easy for us to do. And
Great.
That way you just have it and you'll know where to, you can find it when you need it, at least you know where it is, but we can definitely send a follow-up email with some of this information, with at least where to find the resources.
Yeah, that would be
so
great.
Oh,
go ahead, please.
Kelly, one of the questions on here is like how many number of cases COVID-19 in Riviera Maya. I would say we shouldn't comment on things like specific numbers like that, as that's not really our,
right.
That would be something that we'd probably have to Google, because that's not something that we keep on hand. So I would just say to Cheryl that you could research that, the number of cases in Riviera Maya.
Right.
I don't have that information, yeah.
Yeah, and I would also be very cautious because please keep in mind we are recording this webinar, so somebody might be listening, 2 weeks down the road. So it's probably best, just with the situation being so fluid, things changing, it's important. It's best to research it and get the current situation, information, of course. Let's just see here. So,
and we are, so I see there's a number of questions about the hotspots.
Yeah.
That is to be determined by the state and the country. And so that is not something that we have a list. And, but what we've been told by operations is that people will not be turned away at check-in.
Okay.
So they will be doing temperature checks and they're just sign like their health declaration.
Right. So again, I think it's important. Yeah, I think it's important that you're checking, the government websites, staying up to date with all the protocols on data. And again, it's very fluid and things are changing constantly. Hopefully everywhere for the better, of course. So we'll just leave those. All right, sorry. Okay, so will the resorts open at full capacity?
Yes, that is the plan, is for the resorts to open at full capacity.
Okay, great. And I think, Michelle, this is just going back to, you have to check with the various government, each destination has their own protocols, rules and regulations from country to country. So Michelle's question is, are there any quarantine requirements? And that's where that comes into play. You need to check in advance and research the various governments' website and get that information. Okay. I wish we had all these, I wish we knew all of these answers, but yeah, with everything changing. Okay, so Michelle's just wondering, how can she verify who her BDM is? Well, I think AMResorts.com, right, is like the place for everything. Wouldn't you say, Tanya? Is that for agent rate?
Yeah,
so
no, go ahead.
Sorry. I had my mute and I was talking away. Yeah, so the website is AMRagents.com. That is the dedicated website for travel agents. And once you log in, on the left-hand side, you'll see all of the links. And one of them will say, like, meet your team, meet your sales team. And select that, and all the BDMs and their territory and contact information is listed.
That's perfect. And
And
I'm dating myself, I think, when I'm like, sorry, AMRagents.com. I've obviously been working you guys for a long time.
you have, and I know you knew that. You just forgot.
It's like embedded in my head. But also, so do you guys have agent rates? Like everything is up there, within that site. That's the agent portal. If you're new to the industry, or maybe you haven't been selling AMResorts, which is, oh my goodness, you guys got to get on that. Please make sure that you register on the site, and we'll actually include that link as well when we send out that follow-up email. But are you guys are we able to book agent rates right now for future dates, or has anything changed there?
Yep. Agent rates are still available to book 60 days out. If you are a current master agent, you can book 90 days out. And I see one of the questions that says that they have not renewed every year. Yes, you need to stay current every 365 days.
Right.
In order for those master agent rates to populate.
Right. And it's also, maybe now's the time, if you haven't, maybe you let it slide, and are we able to take the master agent course right now? Is it active and live?
Yep.
Yes.
It sure is.
Great. So I encourage everybody here, log in, maybe while you have a little downtime, is, to get to take the course, or take the course again if it's expired, and keep that up to date, because there's so many the deeper discounts with the agent rates, so many great things. And of course, on top of learning, and as you guys know, AMResorts have just been growing and growing, so there's just so much to learn with all of the brands. I just got the new logo, and it's just amazing. Again, I've been working with you guys for a long time. It's just amazing how much you guys have grown, and all of the properties, and it's just so exciting. Okay.
And we appreciate the support. And along with the Master Agent Education Program, don't forget that we have our Travel Advisor Loyalty Program, which is AMRewards. So we want to make sure that as you're certifying or recertifying for the Master Agent, please make sure that you are registered with AMRewards and you're registering your bookings.
Great. So, so any bookings that we're making right now, and again, this is another question, is if we make a booking through a tour operator, can we still log that booking and earn, and have it applied to the incentive program, or do we have to book with you guys directly to get that?
No, absolutely. You can book directly through your preferred tour operator or with AMResorts, but register those bookings. Either way, you gain your points.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess this question here is, can you speak to how you will check guests' travel records for the 14 days? Or is that something?
Yeah, that was regarding the hotspot. It's just looking at their passport.
Right, perfect. Okay, and there are a couple of questions that snuck into my chat box here. What activities are the resorts still doing or might not be doing, like wine tastings, live shows, beach volleyball, those kind of things?
I think that is one of the questions, like we don't have a list of that, with 56 resorts.
Yes, of course.
Just keep in mind, they're going to be very mindful of social distancing.
Correct.
So like the dance classes, like Mary Ellen mentioned, they would be replaced with something else, so you don't have that human contact. So I think you are always welcome to contact the concierge, and you can find that information at the same media site under resort contacts. You can send a note to the concierge at any particular resort and ask them if they have a list.
Yeah, that's a great tool. Sorry, I was just cut you off, Marilyn. I'll let you go, and then you'll probably say it, what I was going to say.
No, that's okay. No, what I was going to say is that, incorporating, our CleanComplete verification program, we're still, of course, very, very mindful of the guest experience, and we want that experience to be phenomenal. So there's going to be adjustments, and as Tanya, shared, we'll be mindful of and need to adhere to the social distancing guidelines. But that said, to get to specific activities, certainly contact the concierge in resort.
Yeah, that's great. And I just want to go back to those resort contacts. again, another amazing, I don't know, I'm a huge fan of the AMResorts agent portal. It's just a great tool. There's so much information there. And you had mentioned, Tanya, about having each of the resort contacts listed in there, and also the resource guides for each individual property. So again, just everything is right there at our fingertips. You just kind of have to log in, and that's a great idea if you're selling a property, just to kind of get the most up-to-date current information. The contact for the property is right there. So, and that's the AMRagents.com. So please make sure you're registered.
Correct.
Okay, wait, there's just one here. I'm actually getting to a question on FaceTime as well here. So Patty's question is, for the Master Agent course, even though it may say that you are certified, you must review it yearly. Once you start taking each class, it'll then reflect in your new yearly status. So that's great. Okay, actually, sorry, Patty was just reconfirming that. That's awesome. Thanks, Patty. You obviously have a little AMResorts fan there. I think you have lots of fans, but there you go. I love it when agents know.
Fantastic. We love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, great. Okay, I think I got all of the questions. Yes, good. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll send out that follow-up email to all of you, and then if kind of something else comes up and you have a question, you can just reply back or get in touch with your BDM, and everyone is here to help and answer all of these questions, and we'll just keep moving forward, and yeah, it's all good. So I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. This was recorded and will be posted on the dedicated AMResorts page. Just log into Spold Agent. You can find them, of course, under agent rates, excuse me, specialist tab, incentive tab as well. Go to their page, scroll down, and it will be posted. So tell your agent friends about it, and make sure that they watch this and get all this valuable information. I'm going to pass it over back to Mary Ellen and Tanya. I'm going to let you guys do the final farewell, and then we're going to call it a day.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kelly. I just want to say, certainly, Kelly, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And certainly, if there are any other questions that should come about, please just, as Kelly shared and as Tanya has shared, please reach out to the sales team, whether it be myself or your business development managers that you can locate on AMRagents.com. I want to say thank you to each of you on behalf of the AMResorts team. This is a new era for all of us, and AMResorts is 19 years young, and that's thanks to each of you for your support and partnership, which we are extremely grateful for. We'll come through this together. We look forward to welcoming you, your families, your loved ones, your clients home to AMResorts very soon. Please remember that your AMResorts sales team is here for you for any support that you may need. Upcoming, real quick, I'm hoping that some of you, if not all of you, were able to join us during Amazing May, where we were celebrating and thanking all of the travel advisors for your tremendous support. But upcoming, and actually tomorrow, we're kicking off our Back to the Beach summer webinar series. And we're going to be doing a deep dive, so a deeper over a high-level overview, deeper level overview into our new resorts and some of our newly refurbished resorts, such as now Sapphire, that have gone through a multi-million-dollar renovation. So starting tomorrow, you can find these webinars, and I encourage you to join us for these webinars. They'll be live with our resort teams, including our general managers, our directors of sales. And you can find the whole schedule of these webinars on AMRagents.com. In addition, for attending these webinars, you'll be entered into a drawing for a stay for 3 nights at one of our new resorts or one of the newly refurbished resorts. So we look forward to welcoming you home to AMResorts very soon. I know some of you, there were some questions about navigating AMRagents.com. We have recently hosted some, again, webinars that are posted on AMRagents.com that will show you how to navigate AMRagents.com and additional information as well. So until then, wishing you, your teams, and families continued good health. Stay safe, and we'll see you very soon. Many thanks.